G'day everybody, welcome back to the Waltmillsy show. Today we're going to have a look at the two trials, Old Man Logan and Shadow King, in the event section. So let's take a look. Okay, on at the moment is the Old Man Logan and Shadow King trial. Let's open up the Shadow King one first, because that only has 3 days left. And as you can see, if you're new to the trials, there is difficulties up the top left, which also give you a suggestion on what gear to bring. There is some mods that you can do to raise your score modifier. Some of these can be helpful, but most of them are more for a challenge to increase that score to, I guess, stay on the same difficulty, but maybe push your points a bit more. And you can toggle them on and off. There's also a deselect all. To work out what score you would like, you can look at your expected run score at the top here. So identifying what level gear you're at. So usually for an unlock, you're looking around difficulty 8, suggested gear 15. With the current modifiers that I have selected being Magneto was right, all mutant villain characters deal an extra 15%. Resistance is futile. When a tech villain character spawns, enemy lose 5% resist. Stronger together, your global hero characters gaining 5% damage for each Avenger, Wakandan, or Inhuman ally. Are you not entertained? All arena abilities are active during this run. Dark Cosmic Rays, Cosmic Villain characters gained plus 5% critical hit chance for every positive status effect they have. Devour, when a bio-villain character defeats an enemy, heal them for 10% of their max health. Fortune Fire, which is all Cosmic Crucible abilities, are active during this run. And I believe that is it. So, with those modifiers on, at difficulty level 8, expect a run score of 389. Going into rewards, it shows that we would get the unlock for the character, which is a token for Shadow King, which will bring him up to level 55. The next trial is the Old Man Logan trial. All right, so yet again, it's all about, seeing whether you're able to unlock him. If you're not at the level to unlock him, still try and do what you can, because you are going to get some rewards that are going to help you out if you're that lower level player. So have a stuff around on just trying to get milestone 1, so getting your 100,000 points. But obviously for the unlock, you're looking at that 1,100,000. Okay, let's look at the modifiers. All right, so we'll try and leave off the experimental serums. We don't want that extra health. We will take... We'll go Godspeed Spider-Man. Spider Society characters gain 15% damage, and Sinister 6 characters gain plus 10% max health. Villain controller characters gain additional. So villain is the bad guy characters. If it says enemy, that's obviously the enemy. So villain controllers is good for us. 20% health and 10% block chance. When any character defeats an enemy, fill their speed bar by 20%. So that's obviously both teams. So you're both going to get it. We'll take the Cosmic Crucible, Fortune Fire. We'll take Mysterious Triumph. Hero characters deal an additional 10% damage to other hero characters. And we'll take World at War. Alright, so we'll bump it up to 8. So 8 gets us that 1,100,000 that we needed for the unlock. Now, when you're leveling your account, one thing to take in mind is in the milestones, when they release the Old Man Logan trial, they also add in this milestone, Back to the Wasteland, and this assists you in preparing for the trial. To score points in this, and it goes for a week, unlock or rank up Emma Frost Captain Carter, Starbrand, Iron Patriot, Leader, and just spending campaign energy. So just spending that campaign energy, obviously as a leveling account, you're going to do quite well. I can't remember what level this unlocks for a newer player. I'm currently level 55. The first milestone, and I made a mistake, and I'm going to mention that now. So we're level 55, right? This gives you a level 70 character. What happens is there's a warning. I think we can access it here. No, we can't. Can we access it there? Oh, down the bottom, sorry. Apologies. This token requires commander level 70. Your character will receive less than the stats shown. So it'll only, you know, cap you at where you can take it. So I've already used her in Arena, and I think I had her around level 40, so it just brought her up to level 55, geared her up and whatnot. So my suggestion, if you are doing this at a lower level and you're not going to meet the unlock milestones, I would probably wait until the last day before you claim those upgrade tokens, in case you can get a few more levels. It might get you closer to that next gear level. It will save you a lot of resources in the long run. And the characters that you're going to get is Emma, Captain Carter, Starbrand, Iron Patriot, the Leader, and then they're going to give you some more shards for Emma, some red stars for Loki and Namor, Cosmic Ghost Rider, obviously with shards with Peggy, Starbrand, red for Cap, shards for Iron Patriot, red stars for Black Knight, shards for the Leader, and obviously there's a lot of gold and other little goodies in here that help you level. Now, some people I know have tried to keep this milestone running as long as they can, just to capitalize on this gold that comes through once they get up to higher levels. I believe you need to like fully finish the like the last node of the trial. Now, there is no milestones for the Shadow King trial event. Probably want to start working on those characters moving forward. Now, those characters are Illuminati. So in the Old Man Logan event, it's the Out of Time and the Cabal being Leader, Iron Patriot, Namor, and then Loki and Emma Frost, also known as Old Emma. They're two teams that are going to be mission requirements, where that's the only team to use. So that's usually going to be your points that are going to sort of roadblock you in the event. For the Shadow King, it's Illuminati. Any of the 6 Illuminati, you can bring 5 in. Usually people leave out Black Bolt and take the others. We will do a video once we're a bit higher on that node, because it can be quite tricky. The other team is, from memory, Annihilators. And that Annihilators team is consisting of Gladiator, Gore, Thanos Endgame, Silver Surfer, and Ultimus. So they're your 2 unique teams. As you go through the nodes, it does specify a requirement that reduces what you can bring, but it's obviously there's a lot more availability in there in some areas compared to the individual Annihilator and Illuminati one. So your first node is anybody, so you can just go in there, do what you need to do. It's a good opportunity if you need to take in some bigger characters, use the basics and build up some energy for later on. We'll talk about more of that when we do the actual run in future videos. So Global Villain, I'm gonna put out a recommendation yet again on who to build for that when we get to that video. Brawling on Mythic, Mercenaries Undying. So Global Villain and onwards. So when you're building your roster, and this obviously is going to be brought up in a lot of the episodes, when building rosters, this is another thing to take into account. How you're playing the game. Do you want to go for Shadow King? Do you want to go for Old Man Logan? Do you want to go for Apocalypse? Do you want to go for all the Dark Dimension characters? Because there is requirements in there on, you know, certain characters. And there might be some that are not the ones that are like endgame right now. So there might be some ones that you need to work on to get there, so which is fine. You just work out where you want to be in the game. If you want to unlock everything, cool. You got to level up certain characters to get there, which is all good. Play your way, have a good time whilst you do it. Okay, so we've just gone through quickly the trials, what to sort of expect. These are going to come around quite often. Once we get a bit higher in level, we'll do some gameplay on unlocking Logan. We'll try and see, you know, who we've worked towards it, or who we've built to work towards it, and, you know, what's the lowest you have to bring some of these characters. Like, you might not want to bring all the way up for a future game mode, so if you don't want to level Annihilators, because at the time they were obviously a great arena team. Now there's another team to take them, so you're not going to take them up. They'll be used for other modes too, but there's other characters to replace them in those modes. So how far do we need to bring the Annihilators? How far do we need to bring Illuminati? How far do we need to bring Cabal, Loki? Obviously Emma's she's still a current raid team member, so she's fine to level, in my opinion. I'm Waltmillsy, and you just hold a couple of minutes. I think someone wanted to have a chat to you. But bye for now. Hello, welcome to Walt Guardian Special Tip. Yeah, tip number 6. In Alliance, at level 45, you get to do Alliance War. Very, very fun mode. Here are the rules for you. Let me do a little sneaky Ant-Man trick. I got those pin particles. You have a 24-hour period to do all your stuff. You get to use your energy. You get to do little fighties. It's all here. Information for you. Information. You have to set your defense. Now, 24 hours, you cannot set the defense. But once you've been in there for 24 hours, you set your defense. Make sure, New Alliance, you set your defense. You go to claim, speak to your Alliance leaders or captains, and they tell you where to go. Make sure you check with them. Otherwise, you click on an area you claim, you do edit, we put in the team. You know, sneaky tip, you can save war teams. There is also preset save war teams we do not have. So what we do is we're going to create team. We're just going to know that they give us a Spider Society. We not use Spider Society because we don't like the spiders. So we'll put them in here. We'll put the little sneaky spiders in here. Okay. We don't have a lot of them, but we got some. We put the little spiders in there. Maybe we give them some spider friends. Maybe yes, maybe no. You see, this team is weaker than the default team. So as a new player, you may not be putting defense team on because you don't want to do baby team where there's these shield teams that will do better than you. But talk to your alliance, but make sure you set your defense when you change alliances. I am Waltmillsy, and I approve of this message.